Discord finally listened to all your complaining, and they are delivering a bunch of asked for updates like mobile UI fixes, new statuses, and a focus mode. But to be perfectly balanced, Discord also added things that will make Discord degenerates rage at. Now first up, let's talk about Discord statuses, because they have a bunch of experiments that they're working on right now. And the first one I want to talk about is quiet mode. You know how every single snot-nosed Discord user complains about getting pinged? Well, when you enable this experiment, wablam, shut your mouth, no one cares anymore. Because there's this little button in your profile that says focus mode, and right now it is disabled. And when you click on this, it's going to open up the notifications tab and show you focus mode beta, where if you enable this toggle, it just disables in-app notifications, sounds, everything. It's basically like setting your status to do not disturb, but you don't have to have your status as do not disturb. You can be invisible for your whole entire life because you hate talking to people. And speaking of appearing offline, you know when that one Discord friend of yours goes online and you just don't have the social battery to deal with all their crap, so you just, you accidentally went invisible, just ever so conveniently went offline. You've probably done that before, you antisocial piece of garbage. Actually, I can't say anything because I do that all the time. But then inevitably the worst happens. Your friends are playing games, you can see them in the Discord server, and they didn't even invite you? So then you go into a deep, depressive, existential crisis episode where you wonder, do your friends really even like you anymore? This might have happened to you, or maybe it's just me and my insecurities, but the whole reason why this happened is because you forgot to turn your status from invisible back to online. Well, guess what, you chronically online Discord user? Those sad, depressive episodes are no more because Discord is working on expiring status experiment, where if you go to your Discord profile and you set your status, you can set how long you want the status to last. So let's say your friend only goes online for 30 minutes, you can appear offline for 30 minutes. It is literally that simple. And the nice thing about this experiment is that if you go to your status, God, this underwear guy's getting in the way. But if you go to your status and you look, you can see when the status expires. So you don't have to remember how long 30 minutes ago was 30 minutes and an hour, and then math is hard in this day and age. The number's right there. And since we're talking about Discord statuses, there is this new voice user game activity experiment, and it looks a little something like this. Now, I'm in Discord previews, a link in the description, but you can see that if someone is in a voice call and they have their activity status enabled, you can see what game they're playing. Whether it be hot garbage games or real good games, like furry feet. I should be careful, I'm probably gonna get demonetized if I say that too much. But the thing about this experiment and this new icon is that this voice channel looks a little crowded. It gets worse. This is the result of that. And it gets even worse, baby, because this is how this new experiment can look if you do every single possible thing on Discord. This is a revolutionary feature. But what if I want to see whether or not my non-existent friends are playing a game at a glance? Well, using this new experiment, Guild Gaming Voice Activity, sounds revolutionary, but all it does is if you hover over a server icon, it'll show you this game controller, and it'll show you how many people are playing a game. Could be useful for you. It's not for me because all my friends have their activity disabled on Discord, so I can't see what game they're playing and they can avoid me because I'm super annoying and they hate me. Sorry, I'm using my videos as therapy right now. Now, speaking of therapy, I can now contact my therapist on Discord on my mobile phone a lot easier because Discord is working on mobile updates. Wow, that transition sucked. I'm gonna keep it. You're just gonna have to deal with the cringe. Now, I'm in Discord Experiment Hub. It's a different server. I'll have it linked in the description. But they show screenshots of Discord's new channel list V2, which looks a little bit different and a little bit easier. There's a search button. This is a revolutionary new feature that Discord added after they removed it in the new UI that everyone hates. In fact, this is another look at Discord's new UI from Wumpus Central. Once again, link in the description. I gotta credit all the boys for figuring this thing out. But in this nice little mobile UI update, we can see this revamped guild header, we can see typing channel indicators, and a voice chat call to action button. We can also see Dorothy White trying to advertise some weird, I'm not clicking on that, I'm gonna be demonetized and banned off YouTube. Oh yeah, what's the other thing that people hate about this new mobile update? It's the search. And it turns out from Discord Experiment Hub, they are updating the mobile search feature, where if you open up the search, you have that little button there that allows you to actually filter your search results in an easy way. Once again, Discord adding in a revolutionary feature that they took out when they updated the mobile app. But hey, you guys complained about it and Discord definitely delivered. Oh, and what else did all those Redditors complain about? The swipe to reply feature. And as we can see from the swipe to reply hint, currently swiping right to left opens member list. Toggle to enable swiping to reply to a message. Discord giving you options? You guys complained and Discord delivered. Now, speaking speaking of complaining, are you an eloquent, luxurious man that has a fat, thick wad of cash burning a hole in your wallet? Well, if you said yes, you're lying to me and yourself. But for some reason, if you want to spend your money on Discord, well, guess what? There's new stuff to buy because I have the newest Discord shop leak. And it turns out the theme is Lunar New Year. Now, we can see from this emoji, it is the year of the dragon. Now, if I open up the shop, there's nothing there yet. I know I'm way too early on this one. It's the year of the dragon, so expect some dragon-related things. Now, how are you going to pay for these Discord dragons? Well, thankfully, Discord is adding a new payment source of Apple. And when Discord says Apple here, they don't mean Apple. They mean Apple Pay. This joke is kind of bad, but you want to know what's worse? Some of the things that Discord is working on. So we know the Discord username change. No one likes it. Well, it turns out if you have an old Discord account with a discriminator because you didn't change your username, turns out you need to update your username by March 4th, or guess what? Discord will automatically assign you some unique username. So all you stubborn little people that still have the old username and refuse to change it, well, guess what? You're forced to change it. Discord is finally kicking you in the rear end to maybe just understand this is an online platform. It's not your life. It's just a username. But people are still going to be upset, and I can't wait for the Reddit thread about this. Now, speaking of Reddit threads, this Discord announcement caused a little bit of a stir on Reddit, but first, what is the announcement about? Well, Discord is limiting the number of bots you can have on your Discord server. Guilds can no longer add more than 50 integrations. Now, I have two questions. First, what is an integration? And two, what if you have over 50 integrations already? Well, an integration is basically a Discord bot. If you go to your Discord server, go to server settings and go to integrations, you can see all of the stuff your Discord server has. I have 20 integrations and my server has 85,000 people. I'm a pretty medium to large size Discord server. So to be honest, the limit of 50 is not that bad. But if you're some weird Discord server that has more than 50 bots, you are actually not affected by this change. So this announcement doesn't seem too important, but why is there a Reddit post with 990 upvotes and a lot of comments? They're concerned about webhooks, because here's the thing. When you go to your Discord server and you go to settings and you go to integrations, webhooks are included. Now, if webhooks are included in this limit, then things are going to be really, really bad, because my server has 7 webhooks and I use those webhooks for like nice embeds for mod applications. They're super useful. And in fact, some bots that you might already use make their own webhooks. Dino, for example, has 5 webhooks, which means adding the Dino bot would take up 6 slots. And it turns out in terms of integrations, it only applies to app-owned webhooks, but not user-owned webhooks. So what this nerdy jargon means is that you can make as many webhooks as you want manually, but bots like Dino can only make up to 50, at least according to this announcement. But I did a little bit of testing myself. But again, I went on my favorite Discord server, I pooped my pants, and if I go to my server settings and I go to integrations, I have 0 webhooks, but I have 2 fancy little bots here. I have Dino and I have this About Me bot. And guess how many webhooks it made? 68 webhooks. So what that means is that this announcement, I don't know if it did they add it yet? It does nothing makes sense, okay? Now, if by some modern day miracle I didn't just bore you to death and you're still here watching this video, well, I'm gonna throw a whole bunch of more nerd stuff at you just to solidify your fate. The first one is from Discord previews, and remember that quest feature I talked about where it's like the ads in Discord and it's just honestly a complete mess? Well, they're adding the ability for you to redeem a code on your preferred platform. But again, I'm still gonna label this as Discord ads. Now, this next experiment, guild member mod view, is for those Discord moderators that have sweat between their folds and they don't know how to wash behind their ears. But if you go to your members tab and you click on someone's profile, you get this mod view, which gives you helpful information like how many messages they sent, the roles that they have, if they passed verification, if they agreed to the rules when they joined Discord, when they joined the server, and how they joined the server, whether it be a vanity link or someone's own invite. Oh, and you can easily message, kick, ban, timeout, and copy their ID. Now, next up is the experiment app Storefront, and I'm labeling it as nerdy because it's not entirely done yet, but when you enable this experiment and you click on a Discord bot that has in-app subscriptions, you'll see this button that says App Store, where you can click on it and you can see app subscriptions and app products. In this case, Dino doesn't have any app products and it's not finished. It's an experiment. And finally, I saved the most nerdiest for last, because you know how Discord is updating their Electron, which I talked about in my previous news video? Well, apparently with that new Electron version, it will support native screen sharing with Linux. So for all those people that hate using their computer like a normal person, congratulations, you can now use Discord like a normal human being. Linux people are the biggest nerds, and there's going to be people complaining in the comments that I called them a nerd. Anywho, the DMs are rolling in and my ADD is going to completely derail this video, so guess what? We're going to stop it there. Bye-bye, sweetheart. I love you. Enjoy your weekend, okay? Bye-bye.